we're very close as one big group like this, but you guys are still 5 feet apart. So what I want to do right now is I want to test the limits. I want everybody to try to get one step closer. If you're in the back row, you're going to get a little bit closer. If you're in the front row, you're going to get a little bit closer to the left or to the right. Then we're going to back it up and try to meet a little bit. So bring your dog a little bit closer to you and try to take one step closer to the person next to you. Now I'd like everyone in the back row to take one step forward. Everyone in the front row, don't move. Everyone in the back row, one step closer. Notice what happens with your dog. If your dog's looking at you, tell them, good job. Notice how they all go into a down. They're all tired. Put them all in a down. Put them all in a down. I'm just going to hang out here for a second, guys. Camus is having a blast. Put him in a down. Put him in a down. Down. Yeah, that's what you want, though. Do you guys see how this dog's having a blast right now in a down? That's what we want. We want the dog to just, cool, you want me to down? Take a day off. Go relax in the bedroom. I'm gonna make dinner for everybody. Okay, this is nice. The concept of being off duty means you are on duty. If your dog is reactive, it's because you're not on duty. We want to make sure that the dog understands that we are the source of communication. So while I've got you all here, what is a question or something that you guys might have? Some of you might have had them coming here today. Something might have come up for you. Are there any? Start here.
I kind of already know the answer to this, but for everyone else, she has a working number. And when we first got here, she was working it perfectly. And then we started walking, and she was ignoring me. And I went all the way up to TCM 9, and she was still ignoring me. And I had to adjust the collar several times. And then once we came around, and she stopped moving, looking around. I hit it, and she was like, "Whoa, hey!" So it's like I didn't think it was working. I'm adjusting it, and then all of a sudden, it's too high.
So she has a great question. Her question is, my dog has a number that usually responds to. How many of you would say that your dog usually has like one number you know works? Most of you? How come you guys, the ones who didn't raise your hand, don't know your dog's working number?
It depends on the situation.
Ah, okay, I like it, good answer. Means you guys know a little bit, smart. So, what her problem was is the dog was at a certain number. She then started walking the dog and it stopped reacting to that number. So she started going up. The dog didn't respond, and then it eventually kind of went, whoa, what's going on? What we want to do is realize that as you were walking, there might have been a few times where a distraction was making it react. Maybe it was the dog in front, maybe it was the fly ball, and then it got distracted again. For me, it's a game of get the dog's attention and keep it. Once the dog started pulling you and you were noticing, she changed where the e-collar was. She adjusted it, she made it tighter, she did all the problem-solving things that you should do. What I would have done is I would have stopped the dog and I would have sit the dog and gotten its attention back. So that way you can then start the walk again. Because what happens is if they're just pulling and then it's focus, 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 the dog's like, I'm still pulling, I'm in my zone, and then you finally have to yell and they're like, I'm gonna get reactive. What I'd like is just take a moment, hey, what's going on? Let me get your attention, like I did with the gentleman's dog at the beginning of group class today. Just get the dog's attention and then keep it now. That's probably what I would have done though. That way the dog wouldn't have felt a high pulse. You would have been a little bit lower because we just went, hey, I'm talking to you here, right? Any other questions? Yeah?
Bo's usually really good about distance stuff. He's really good about it. Today he broke like 6 or 7 times. It's just one of those days.
So the question for Bo is that he typically is good with long distance downs. Today it was a different situation. He wants to know, is it just one of those days? Or was there something we might be able to do? For me, There's twice as many people here today than there was last week. Last weekend was Memorial Weekend, so there was like maybe 15 people here. Today, there's quite a few of you. So I know for a fact the distraction level is up more, and we did the whole group class in front of Flyballl. So the fact that you guys, again, were able to do anything is 100% like hats off to you guys, literally, because you guys did a great job today. Understand that some variables are obviously going to always be at play, and you'll see kind of what we need to work on around those distractions. Back tie though, anybody's dog today that was unable to let you walk 20 feet away without coming to you and sticking to you, just use a back tie. The dog just simply needs the opportunity to not get to you a few times. It's hard when you're by yourself and I'm not there to grab the leash and tell you to walk 20 feet back. You're on your own. So a back tie is how you'll do it on your own. They forgot a dog. He's like, that's not fair. Why am I last? It's okay, bud. You're good.
Holly has a question.
Holly phoned in a question today.
Texted a question in. So Riley reacts when other dogs approach her down. How can we ever introduce her to another dog without her being reactive to get them when they come together?
So perfect. You have a husky in your neighborhood that like hangs out on the garage area and just kind of does his thing. Riley goes to that dog to say hello. That dog doesn't care so much for Riley, and that's why they get along. So you need to find dogs where your dog can go, I'm Riley, how's it going? Versus like Riley, if Riley was a human, wouldn't do well with me because I'd go, hey Riley, how's it going? Right? So you have to find that balance of finding a dog that like doesn't care. I said it before, I think Bo, who else would be? I think this one might also be good with Riley, the Great Dane. Like all these innocent, big, clumsy, goofy dogs that don't have too much like dominant energy, just more playful energy, and that kind of temperament of like, well, we can hang out. Like Zilla got along great because Zilla's like, I'm gonna just lay down here and you can lay down there. I'm glad we're hanging out. It's like having two teenagers. One's on the phone, one's in the bedroom playing video games. They obviously get along great, right? So that's probably the best way to go about that, is just find the right dogs. More socializing with Zilla and Camus and dogs that you know they can get along with. Also, a lot of times with our pack walks, we've been pairing up everybody. So Riley and Camus have been walking side by side. I really do recommend talking to one another, exchanging numbers. If you know your dogs get along, like Linda and Lucy are talking right now, they all know each other. This should be a big family. We're here to help each other. So if you want to go for a walk with somebody here, I don't think they're going to say no. Pretty sure if anybody here who wants to go for a walk tomorrow, we could go. Holly asked me if we're doing a pack walk tomorrow. As far as I'm concerned, Sundays have rained. Every Sunday I plan something for like 2 months. Which brings me to another thing. We've had a few people reach out that say they can't come on Saturdays. They can only come on Sundays. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a group class on Saturday, and then we're gonna do one on Sunday the following week. And then we're gonna do 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays from now on, so that way we can give an opportunity for everybody. For the most part, this time seems to work out well. So we're probably gonna be keeping it around this time. It is gonna start to get even hotter sooner and sooner. We're gonna stay here for the month of June. So if you don't get a text, I'm pretty sure everybody got the text. Everybody got it? We're back on with the text. I bought credits. You're gonna get texts. I do wanna ask, if I were to send out like free tips or free activities or challenges or, you know, like a place challenge, are you guys okay with getting some text messages with some free advice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Videotape those for you?
So I'm thinking we're gonna do like a place challenge. Put your dog on something, take a photo, send it to us, and we'll do like a fun collage video. But we'll pick a winner, or we'll just start posting them on our Instagram or something. But it's really, really fun if you know what your dog's favorite thing is to do. I have a puppy, Blue. He loves to bite on stuff, and if he doesn't have something to bite on, he's coming to me, and he wants to bite on me. He loves playing with this flirt ball. I know what his favorite activity is? How many of you know what your dog's favorite thing to do is? Some of you? The rest of you, I'm assuming, have a favorite thing to do with your dog. And there is a difference between having something that you love to do with your dog versus knowing what your dog loves to do. It's our job to bring out the true potential. If you have children, once they get to a certain age, you go, oh, I know where you're headed. You're going to the NFL. You got some skills. You're going to be a theater major. You can sing. You have some artistic ability. You're going to be an architect. You can argue great. You're going to be a great lawyer, right? Once we find the potential, now we got to maximize it, support it, you know, build it up. So once you find out what your dog loves to do something with it. How many of them love to play fetch and love the ball? How many times a day do you play fetch with your dog? Not enough, probably. I would do more. Do more with your dog. And that way they'll be more calm at home. I continue to urge you guys to put the dogs on place and then do stuff in your house. Use what we just did today. If you could put your dog in a down and walk away with all these distractions, you should be able to keep your dog in a down and walk around your house, clean the dishes, empty the dishwasher, go take a shower, make some food, watch a TV show, open your front door, go get groceries out of it, go get your mail, go to the backyard, start the grill, get the burgers ready, go back out to the backyard, put the burgers on. The whole process of making food on the barbecue, the dog can still be in a down. They don't need to constantly be involved. How many of you believe your dog can help you make burgers on the grill? Anybody? How many of you believe that your dog can pay for the pizza when the doorbell rings? Yeah. Maybe. I mean, your dogs are pretty good. They're pretty good. But the truth is, they're being inconvenienced by being reactive. If you guys are comfortable on the sofa and then you have to get up like a grumpy person whose heart rate goes up and, the doorbell. What? Who's there? What? Blah, blah, blah. Heart rate. I'm now agitated. I was just sleeping in a down on the floor. Why do I have to react to the door? It's an inconvenience to your dog if you let them react. We want you to prevent and anticipate it. Get to know your dog. I really recommend getting to know your dog. The other key to success is making sure that you guys have a consistent, good routine. Do you guys feed your dog at the same time every day? Do you guys walk your dogs the same time every day, or at least every day, right? Do you guys give them time to be independent, where they don't have to be codependent with you? That's huge. Are you mentally and physically stimulating them every day? Right, all these things come into play. And then are you actually giving them affection for something good? Or are they just coming up to you and getting free love? They will get free love. It's okay. I give my dog free love. I give your dogs so much love, and it goes against some of my own advice sometimes. But I'm like, jump on me, I don't care. I love dogs. Doing this 12 years, I love them. But you have to make sure that there's at least some time where you show them what you want and praise them for that, so that way they know. Any other questions? Nobody? All right, so who's staying for the next kind of like somebody? Who? Oh, you got the Princess Diana. What do you got for Bo?
He thinks he's really hot, cool dude.
Yeah.
As soon as he walks out the back door, it's like, row, 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 row. And he tries to get all the other dogs in the neighborhood to start barking. And then they respond, and then it's just like...
Yeah, he's the King Mufasa. He's coming out, hey, I'm Bo, and I'm walking out. You got a Czechoslovakian Shepherd. He's like a rooster. He's got to come out and crow in the morning.
Exactly.
Best part is you have an e-collar. You have the quiet command. Just let him out, and immediately as I'm about to walk outside and off. Oh, shit. Stop him. All day long. All you have to do is stop the dog, communicate to your dog, let them know what's acceptable. If you like that because you feel protected by Bo, then it's like hit or miss. Some of you guys, I'm assuming, are okay with your dogs barking when you're not home, right? For the most part, how many of you, by a show of hands, like that your dogs bark when you're not home? How many of you feel that it's because it will protect your house and your dogs are going to protect you? Mostly small dogs are the ones here saying it. So if your dogs are doing that, that means they're off duty, or they're on duty when you're not home. And you are off duty. So you're leaving your dog in a state of working mindset. The dog is leaving going, I got this, I'm gonna protect the house. So here's the other side. When you show up to your house after an hour or two and your dog has been reactive and you give them a love, you just gave them positive reinforcement for all the hard work that they just did for the past hour or two. And you think you're giving love to a dog that's excited to see you. The dog's going, I've been yelling at everybody, Mom. Are you happy about this? Yeah? Okay, good. I'm gonna go back to doing it. Right? So we understand things a little bit differently. I see a dog that's excited when I'm home. What is it excited about? If I'm a nervous dog and you left me alone in your house for an hour or two, I can tell you right now, I'd go from mildly concerned, a little bit of anxiety. Now I'm really unsure. My stomach feels weird. I'm pacing around. My breathing. Now I'm having a panic attack. By the time you get, thank you, you're home. If he gives me love, he just told me it's okay to have a panic attack and freak out when he's not home. So just be mindful of when you're giving your dog affection, especially if they have behavior issues, right? I'd rather come home and see my dog passed out on its place, just chilling. And then I gotta come home and I don't even wanna wake the dog. I got groceries. Down, you're sleeping, right? You guys are obviously married. If your wife was sleeping on the sofa, you came home from work, you'd bring a blanket in this scenario and put it on her and go, so cute, I'm gonna let her stay in a nap. You're not gonna go, I'm home, get excited. You would let her nap, right? Same thing, I wanna come home and go, my dogs are just chilling. My dogs are just hanging out. That's what I want. I don't wanna inconvenience you by me coming home with noisy bags, right? So we wanna always let them just relax. You can put that one in a down, even though he's like in a meditation state. What do you got?
She's a nervous dog.
Yeah.
When I come home, she's not all wiggly. She's never all wiggly. Should I just, not knowing what state she's in, should I not greet her?
So she goes, my dog may be in a nervous state, it may not be. What should I do? I give it a 5-minute rule. When I come home, I usually have to go to the bathroom. I like to wash my hands because I call myself a blue-collar Jew. I'm picking up poop, I'm working class, I do stuff. So I wash my hands, I go to the bathroom, and I get a drink. Takes about 5 minutes. My dog is not part of that routine. My dog doesn't need to be part of that routine. And if your dog is waiting for you to get home and is like, take me out now, you need to do more with your dog. I know that's not the situation with you, but for me, I would wait 5 minutes so that way the dog goes, oh, my mom's home, let me settle down versus react to you coming home. So just take 5 minutes, do stuff for yourself, and then see what your dog's doing, and then maybe give it some love. Any other questions? That was a good one. Anything over here? What do you got?
He wants to give affection to anyone that
Yeah.
he sees. How do I stop that? He gets really reactive. Like he wants to love everyone.
And most everybody wants to love the dog.
If they show him any kind of attention.
Go figure, they look identical. So both of the same dog have the same problem, which is they love to give love to people. If you look at these dogs, they're giving you a hug, right? So for me, what I would recommend is getting very comfortable with telling people he's in training. If you keep the pattern of, well, he's a big dog, I gotta let him do it, he's learning that that's what's okay. So for me, take a week, reset, and just say, he's actually in training this week, in a really happy voice. Don't say, don't pet my dog, he's in training. People don't respond well to that. But say, he's in training, he actually jumps on everybody, I'm trying to fix that. They'll go, oh, good for you. And then they'll walk away. Or tell them, just wait a second, let me see if I can put him in a sit, and then you can pet him. But for me, a lot of people want to pet your dog. I'm a perfect example. If I see a dog anywhere out in public, even if it's across the street, I'm going, oh, dog, oh my God, look at your dog, it's adorable, right? That's what happens. You have to be prepared to deal with everybody. And if you've got big, cute dogs, they're gonna wanna say hello to them. I'll tell you right now, there isn't one dog here that isn't gonna get somebody to go, oh, look at that. How many people have somebody do that to you at least once a day? Wow, everybody. That was the first time everybody's raised their hand, so at least we know what we're all dealing with now. You've got cute dogs and people want to say hello to them. So you just need to help people say hello to them. Put the dog in a sit, put them in a down, tell them off, and then let them give your dog some positive reinforcement. Again, them jumping on people is the same thing as going to a stranger. Hey, can I get some money? Can I get some money? You don't know me. Can I get some money? 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 I haven't even done anything. I mean, even the homeless person's trying to wipe down your windshield or they got a sign. I'm just asking for it, right? I didn't even tell you I'm a veteran or, you know, I've got 12 kids that I don't really have, but I did. Right? You have to understand that the dogs should never be in control of getting the affection. You're in control of giving it, right? Less affection, more direction. With the direction, you can then give the affection all day long. Any other questions? What do you got?
We're working on crate training with her.
Okay.
And we set up a camera so we could watch her.
Nice.
And like the first hour, she's terrible, and then she's out, she's asleep, and she's fine. And it's like, is there anything we can do for like?
Yeah. So they're doing crate training for their dog. The first hour in the crate, dog's throwing a fit, then it passes out. How many people think it's passing out because it just threw a fit for an hour? I remember being a kid being sent to my room. This is crap. And then guess what I would do? I'm out. I would sleep. I would miss dinner. I would wake up and then I'd come out and be like, hi guys, I'm refreshed. I got all that out of me. So for me, put the e-collar on, put the dog in the crate, pull the leash through the front and help the dog go into a down. Help the dog understand what the crate means. And that way it has an associative behavior of, I like this. This is my room. This is nice. I get to relax. I'm safe in here. Put a blanket over it. Is it metal or plastic?
Plastic.
Okay. How big is it? Large or medium? Large. I would maybe do a medium because a large is too big and the dog can move around. Maybe smaller might control it more.
No, I think the size is fine. She's got enough room that she can turn around, but
so that's fine.
Sit up, but she can't. Like, yeah, it's pretty.
Okay. I think just use the e-collar. Start at a 1. And slowly find the number that gets your dog to relax and lay down, right? And just sit there. Sometimes also, I'm gonna kind of add to their question, some people will leave the house and their dog tries to get out of the crate and freaks out a little bit. Don't just leave in a rush. If I said, you guys wait right here, I gotta go. You'd like be wondering what's going on. I wanna go, hey guys, just, you're gonna lay down. I'll be right back. And you walk out your front door and you come back and the dog should be calm. So for me, I wait 5 to 10 minutes before I leave my house, put the dog in the crate, let it settle down, let it see that I'm in the other room, it's in the crate, and then after 5 to 10 minutes, then I leave. So again, that 5-minute rule, 5 to 10-minute rule, whatever you guys want to do, does really allow for this coexistence and understanding versus constantly attached to you and then kind of reacting from that insecurity, anxiety, separation, all those little things. All right, does that kind of answer your question? Yeah. Any other questions? How many of you guys still use the crate? Good. I highly recommend it. If you guys are still iffy on crates, I want you to practice sleeping in your living room on the sofa for a month, and I want you to notice how territorial you get and how annoyed you get when people walk past you. That's why crates are great. We have a bedroom. I go from a crate, which is my bedroom, to a sofa, which is my place to sit, and then I leave my house to go for a walk, right, which is my daily activity. Your dog needs the same routine. Crate, place, activity. You had a question?
Yeah, so he's really good in the crate. We put him in there and he's fine. But if we want to start leaving him out to be able to roam around, anytime we leave the house, he barks and whines, and if we're gone for 5 minutes, you can hear him. So kind of just that transition from crate to leaving out. Any tips?
Great question. So she wants to practice leaving her dog free in the house. We want to get rid of the dog being in the crate, and I want the dog to be housebroken. What I recommend is the place is now the crate. If you know that you can put the dog on place, go out your back door, go out your front door, turn on your car, slam the car doors, slam the front door, slam the mailbox, all these little things, and the dog's on place, you've mastered the inside. Once you've mastered inside the house with the place, then you can leave. Go to 7-Eleven and come back. Drive around your block and come back and just see what your dog did. They set up a camera. I do Facebook Live sometimes and I'll just let it go and I'll watch it off my backup phone and see what's going on in my house. But you have to build trust. So put them on place, go outside, count to 5, 10, now go to a minute, go to 10 minutes, go sit in your car. Honestly, put the dog on place, sit in your car for 10 minutes, and then come back in like you just were on the phone and you forgot something. What is the dog doing? And that way you know, okay, I can leave for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30. Eventually the dogs just make their minds up. I will say this, I just got the Secret Life of Pets on like 4K or whatever, and it's hysterical to watch what these dogs do and think when the owners leave. So it's just funny. Sometimes I'd recommend watching a movie about dogs, you know, watching a YouTube video, so that way you guys have some, you know, other perspectives. But yeah, dogs are interesting. The only way we can trust a dog when we're not there is if you get to know your dog. How well do you know your dog? Bo probably sleeps or barks in the backyard, but that's it. Yeah, all day. Any other questions?
Yeah, getting back to grades. We do the 5-minute rule before we leave them. I usually sit in the room in a chair next to the crate. He loves the crate. In fact, in the middle of the night, he goes in the crate to go to sleep.
Good.
We leave him for an hour. He's perfect. I have a surveillance camera. I watch him. We go out in the car.
Okay.
He's safe. After an hour, he decides he had enough of it. And it's about an hour and a half, and he starts getting really active.
In the crate?
Out. Yeah.
At about an hour. So is that typically in the morning or is that in the evening or whenever?
Whenever we'll put him in the crate.
I would give him a bone. The number one bone I recommend, it's called a kneecap or a knee bone. You can buy them for like $3 a piece, so you can get a bag for like $16 or something like that. Sometimes giving the dog one bone to chew on when they're in the crate helps them with that mental stimulation. My puppy Blue is very similar. I can put him in the crate, and if there's no bone in there, at about an hour, he's like, I must bite on something. So I put a bone in there, and out of nowhere, that second hour, he's going, and now he's focused on that. The second hour, he's going, I need something. And now you just kind of got to moderate a little bit. But that's something I would do, is maybe just give him something to stimulate his mind. Don't give them too many bones, because then that'll activate their bowel and they might go to the bathroom in their crate. So just be mindful of things like that.
We used to give him a bone, but he gets through with that in about a half hour.
Yeah, the kneecaps they can chew on for a couple days. The whole thing is digestible. It's really, really good. Any other questions? How many of you guys have scared dogs that get super confident when they start barking and patrolling? Notice that? It's like once they have a job, they're like, listen, I might be a nervous security guard, but hey, get off of my lawn. I'm feeling kind of tough about it. Just don't come walk towards me or I'm gonna get scared, right? So for me, it's the same thing with Bo. Help the dog understand, hey, you just need to relax. This is what you do outside. I don't need you to be crazy and off duty. Just help the dog. For me, a lot of what you need to do with that dog is hang out in your backyard with that 15-foot leash and just drink a lemonade or a beer, whatever it is, and just relax and watch the sunset and have the dog start to go, all right, we're hanging out. This dog and her sister, I kind of explained, would do really good at like a farmhouse with like an 85-year-old Clint Eastwood type person that just sits on the porch, smokes his tobacco pipe and rocks back and forth, and the dog can do whatever he wants. And then eventually the dog's sitting next to him on the porch going, all right, we're best friends. We both are the same person. We don't really like people. I'm not really confident, but we'll coexist. So that dog just needs some patience is the most thing, and just let that dog slowly come to you and like you.
Yeah, I just know that the Pyrenees are bred to be guard dogs, so I just don't even know.
You can tell them. German Shepherds, Rottweilers, Malinois, they're all bred to do certain things, but we can also communicate this is what you should do. Right? Any other questions? Yeah?
He doesn't like kids.
Doesn't like kids.
Scared of them, growls, barks. Once in a while, they always want to come pet him.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't pet him. But everyone will surprise me. And once in a while, he'll let a kid pet him, but I don't take the chance.
So
he's scared of
So most dogs are gonna react to children. When I go into a house that has children, I explain that the dog needs to be the constant and the children are always gonna be a variable. Children are variables. You have no clue what they're going to do. And it's okay. We have to help the dog understand that kids are kids. They're not gonna hurt you intentionally, and just to be a relaxed dog. So for me, I would find one kid, one of the kids in the neighborhood, even maybe the one that she can pet, and have a 30-minute session where you're just sitting on a bench together and the dog can sniff out a kid, but your dog needs to say hello to the kid, just like Riley needs to say hello to a dog versus have a dog say hello to it. Yeah, because if I'm a crazy kid and oh my God, look at your dog. Yeah, all day long. Yeah. It's high energy, it's motion, it's confusing. You need a kid that's, what a cute dog. Do you mind if I pet your dog? My mom always told me I need to ask the owner before I pet the dog. Can I please pet your dog? Okay, your dog's in a down, and then approach and pet. But, again, we can't control other people's kids. We can't control other people. All we can do is just say off, say down, don't pet the dog. That's the most important thing. Don't pet the dog. Just tell the dog off, relax, sit. Maybe you're using that opportunity to have the dog see that it doesn't need to react and just shake everybody's hand. So now you're part of that hello ceremony, right? So if somebody wants to say hello to your dog, say, I can't, but thank you. And just reach out and thank you. And now the dog goes, oh, well, my mom's saying hello and told me off, and now she's taking control. Something I constantly tell my dogs is, I've got it. Doorbell rings, I got it, relax. Relax, I got it. Somebody barks or like a dog comes near my front yard, I got it, relax, Zilla. I have a dog, this German Shepherd Husky, keeps coming to my house every morning. Every morning, the owners come running over, in their boxers, their towel, it's like hysterical, and their dog's like, hey, I just like this house. You have to just be able to communicate to these dogs, hey, off, relax, off, lay down. My dog starts growling, what is going on? A dog's coming up to my front door, off, down, I got it. I'm gonna go outside and bring it back to the owner. But we have to let the dogs know that I've got it, otherwise guess who's gonna get it? The dog. Right? One of you is going to get it. I can guarantee that. We've showed you how to prevent and anticipate so you guys can get it. And then the dogs can just be off duty. Take a look at all the dogs, by the way. Take a look at all these dogs. That one's out for the count. That one might roll over in a second. This one's real relaxed. This one's just chilling. Riley's great. Carter is literally trying to keep his head up, but he's having a good time with himself. These two are chilling. All these dogs are starting to mellow out. A lot of dog training isn't about activity. Let's get the cones. Let's do a relay race. This is actually a really big moment for a lot of these dogs. You guys are really close to one another. They're looking at you. They're looking at themselves. They're calm. This is how your dog should be. We could literally have a party and maybe leave them all like this. What I'd like is a dance floor out here, bring you onto the dance floor, keep the dogs in a down. Now we're talking. One day. Hopefully the weather gets good and we can do the paddleboarding group class that I wanted to do. It looks like we're gonna probably plan that to be like July, first weekend in July, just because this weather is so bad. People were asking if it was gonna be canceled today. I'm like, no, it's not raining yet. Any other questions? We're pretty much at 2 hours. Yeah, we're at 2:40. If anybody wants to hang around and do something, if you have any questions that you didn't feel comfortable asking out in public, whatever it is, I'm gonna hang out here for another like half hour or so. But for the most part, we can call it a day. You guys did great.